Hi, I'm your host, Zoe.
And I'm your host, Grace.
Welcome back to another episode of
High
School in a Nutshell. So, for today, our second ever episode, we are going to be talking about our experiences as an Asian American living in the United States.
I know. Do we not look Asian?
I think we're very Asian.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people might mistake me for being non-Asian because of my super real brown hair.
That's grown out.
Nobody talks about that shit.
Okay, and like my non-visible brown hair that I tried to dye myself.
It didn't work. She left it on for like 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, because it was like the night before my banquet, so like I couldn't like risk it, you know.
Okay, whatever you say, Grace.
Okay. Also, during this episode, we're gonna be making matcha.
Yeah.
And the reason why I proposed this idea to make matcha was because I don't really know what to do with my hands when we're recording. So this is just something to do.
Yeah, so hopefully it doesn't turn out to be a disaster. I am a cooking monster.
Okay, so let's get started.
Okay. All right, our first like broad topic that I want to talk about is addressing the Asian parents.
Okay.
Because I feel like for a lot of my friends and myself included, our moms are the quote unquote tiger moms.
Yeah. Like, okay, I don't know like if this like makes sense, but like I feel like tiger moms are like the ones that like mention everything related to academics. It's like in like the most out of pocket way. So it's like, what do you want for Christmas? And then the mom will be like, my son to get into Harvard. Like,
yeah,
that's like kind of the stereotype. But also like I feel like our moms are not like that exactly, but like it's pretty darn close.
Yeah, so the Google definition, or from Oxford Languages, says that a tiger mom is a strict or demanding mother who pushes her child or children to high levels of achievement, especially by using methods regarded as typical of child rearing in China and other parts of East Asia, a tiger mother. So, personally, from my experience, I think my mom is a pretty good mix of being a tiger mom and a normal American mom. This is because she got her higher education, aka her graduate's degree, here in the United States in New York. So, and she also studied like a not so conformist major, being Spanish in China, where I think a lot of the American or like outside of Chinese ideals seeped into her, and she started to identify more with like flexibility instead of the rigidness that a lot of Chinese parents have.
Yeah, like same with my mom, because like my aunt's family like moved here like before I was even born. So I feel like they like got a lot of their like parenting like ways from my aunt's family that like moved here like before. So like the ways of like a white parent versus like Asian parent like really like seeped in, and like I don't think my parents like try to push me into like the way that like a lot of Asian parents do. So like every day you come home, study, study, study. Like that's not like exactly what my parents do.
Yeah, I think that my mom definitely used to be like that, especially when I first moved to the States in like first grade. I knew like zero English. So what she would do was I would come home from school. I'd have my like snack and whatnot, but then she would bring me to this app and we would do reading exercises together. I don't recall what the app was called exactly.
Duolingo.
No, it's not Duolingo. Are we even allowed to say brands? Oh, I think it was like Raz A to Z.
Oh, I did
The
that
one with
too.
the robot.
Yeah. No.
So she would make me do all the readings from there until I could improve, and she signed me up for like every single class you could possibly imagine. I think all Chinese kids started off as swimmers.
Yeah.
And
No,
dancers.
like I like did swimming from like first grade till fifth grade, and it was absolutely miserable. I hated it, and like my parents made me do it because they were like, ha ha ha, like let's have her swim, because like their like initial goal for me to swim was so I don't drown when I go to the beach.
Same.
But I like kept on going with it because I was like, it's fine. Like I have friends, so whatever.
Yeah. Oh, another thing about parents, I think they make you do a lot of like very interesting random hobbies such as swimming. For me personally, aside from swimming and sports, it was violin. Originally my mom gave me two choices: this is going to sound very stereotypical. She wanted me to play piano or the violin. Having done keyboard before as a child, I chose violin because I thought that keyboard personally was not for me. And so in the beginning I sucked. I sucked horribly at the violin. Like, you guys don't understand. It sounded like me, every note I played was the same as stepping on dying chickens. And
That's funny.
it was miserable. Like in the house, oh my god. The notes, oh, even thinking back.
They didn't
So
eat.
they did not eat. So what was it? The summer of 5th grade, I believe, my mother brought me to China, where she found me a violin teacher.
What?
Yep, she found me a violin teacher from China. And now that violin teacher, I think, single-handedly changed the course of my violin journey as a player. That's where I learned discipline from.
Yeah.
And I think that has a lot to do with how I think about things nowadays as a like student trying to navigate her life as a high schooler. With a lot of workload, you need to have a lot of discipline to manage everything. Yeah, so I'm very thankful for that.
Bro pops. Okay. I'm gonna dump this in my matcha. You can make your own.
Hey, what happened to my water then?
It's in here.
Oh,
There's still more.
okay, okay.
No.
No. Stop. Ew. Now it's gonna leave a green stain
It's
there.
fine. Not as green
Okay,
as your
let
mom.
me make my own matcha now. Guys, I'm gonna cook up my matcha. How much water do I need?
You no, not a lot. Girly pop is your computer.
It's fine. I have stickers on that.
Okay.
Hold on, let me
Let's
clean
get
up
some
my-
paper
Oh,
towels.
hold on. Okay, I have a comment to make, guys. So, regarding how parents were raised, psychologically speaking, I'm gonna throw that over there. Wait, how do I do this?
Okay.
I open it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Zork, let's talk for now.
No, I need to make the matcha.
You no one's gonna hear you. Okay.
Okay, you can hold it up to me,
I'll hold it.
and then I'll make the matcha. So psychologically speaking, right? A parent is a child's first ever influence, and a lot of our mentality comes from how we're raised and how we experience the world in our younger years. Is that enough
Do
water?
you need sugar? You need a lot more matcha.
Do I need more water?
No, you need more matcha.
There's no water.
Well, yes, then you need more water.
Okay, I'll put
And more
water.
matcha. I'll just scoop it in for you, bro. This kid. Okay.
Stop! I need to scoop it in.
All right.
You hold the mic. I'm gonna yap.
Use this.
Okay, I'm gonna yap. Okay, where was I? Yeah, a parent's the child's first influence. Is that enough? Okay, a parent is the child's first influence, right? So how they experience things as a kid is gonna be how they view parenting to be, and how I guess they'll model themselves after. So when they grow up and become a parent, it's gonna be very difficult to astray from those experiences that they had as a child growing up in that kind of environment.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, definitely like the people that like immigrate from like China to the US, like definitely like they like work their butts off to get here, and like I'm honestly just grateful that like I get to like live up. I mean, not live, like live in the US, you know.
And I think there's some form of invisible pressure that we as their children experience,
Definitely.
especially because they're so good. My dad went to Columbia for his like graduate school, and then is that enough sugar?
Girl, I put in like a whole tablespoon.
But that's so much sugar.
That's true. It's fine.
think
Yeah, I feel like there's just that like invisible pressure. Like although like they may not like put it on you, but like you just want to like live up to like their standards, and like how like they got here, and like now like I feel like I'm letting them down if I like
don't make it
don't
big.
like yeah, like that's what I feel.
Yeah,
but
my
like
parents always told me that I have to stand on top of their shoulders.
me too.
Yeah, because they already made it.
They already got so far, and like I just feel like
And it feels like you're not enough if you're not better.
yeah, definitely.
Look,
just put
it
it on my thing.
worked.
Yes. I'm so proud of you. Do you need a straw?
Yeah, give me a straw. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Now we can sip on tea while we spill more tea.
about growing up Chinese. Oh yeah, we're Chinese, by the way. Like,
I think you said, but okay.
yeah. Oh no, well, we didn't really say.
Why is yours so much darker?
Well, because I put more matcha
Okay.
and less milk, I think.
Maybe.
Let's try it.
Is it?
Taste test. Still too light.
Yeah.
It's pretty good though. I like the subtlety of it.
Okay. Are we done with parents?
Should we be?
I think we should be.
Now let's move on.
Next.
Aside from parents, I think, as I mentioned, there's like this invisible pressure to live up to their expectations, and how that manifests itself is in the form of studies.
Yeah, like your grades, basically like it's like a standardized thing that you like want to have, like good grades.
Yeah, I saw this meme on the internet. You know the one where it's like, you're Asians, you're not Asians.
Okay, where else would you see that other than the internet? Like on a newspaper, bro?
I don't know, maybe someone told it to me.
Yeah. No, it's from like Steven, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah.
That's period.
So
Um
yeah, so as I said, like the pressure manifests itself in the form of academics, because I feel as if not just East Asians, Asian people in general have put historically a very big emphasis on like knowledge and academy.
mhm.
So when it comes to their children, obviously they have somewhat of that, I guess, want for themselves as well,
Yeah.
to perform well and to live up to those expectations and the
Definitely.
predecessors.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of us sophomore kids, I didn't experience this as much as a
Yeah,
freshman,
me
but
neither.
we are always searching for this thing called academic validation,
Mhm.
whereas like all of your efforts that you put in to your studies and whatnot has to show up as a grade, as a tangible number.
Definitely.
And if you don't achieve that A, or like that 93,
Mhm.
you feel intrinsically disappointed.
Mhm. Yeah, so like once for bio, I like got full score on a test, and then after that, I never got an 100 ever again, and I just like it's not bad compared to like my class like average or like whatever people say, but like it's definitely like the inner like disappointment being like I could have done better, I could have studied more, I could have gotten like 101 because my teacher always does like extra credit points on tests. So like or just get like an 100 again. So like I feel like it's like you want your own validation as well as like academic validation because you put in so much effort and you it just hurts to see it not pay off.
Yeah, no, I get that totally. For me, bio is also like a sore spot because my biology teacher is a very difficult grader, and I still haven't navigated successfully how I'm supposed to write open responses in the way of an AP. So even though like I know all the concepts and I like achieve the right responses but not in the right wording, it still comes out to be like non-satisfactory.
Yeah. I feel like that's like really annoying though because like you
Yeah.
know the content and it's just missing like by like one word, one letter or something.
Yeah.
Like it's
So
frustrating.
I keep on getting like 95s and like 92. Like my range is like 92 to 95. So, it's just very difficult to get a really high score without sacrificing a lot of your time, and it's unsatisfying to
Yeah.
see it not pay off.
No, because Zoe is like she does the United States Biology Olympiad, so she obviously knows the content, but like it hurts even more when you know the content, but you're not getting like the grade that you expect because of like a wording error or something.
Yeah.
And like for me, it's fine because I have low expectation for bio because I never had any biology knowledge before this. So like getting like a 90 on an AP like quiz
On a
test is
supposed
like
like college level
on a college level of
course.
course is pretty satisfying for me, but like also like after getting like a full score on the test, I feel like it's like not
It's
as
a
like
letdown.
it's a letdown every single time I get
Yeah.
like I got a 93 on a test, and like I couldn't say I was totally disappointed, but I was like, ah, I could have studied more to get that 100.
Yeah. No, and I feel like it hurts even more when you fall like hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because the higher you fly, the harder you fall, right?
Yeah, because like my teacher always says, if you get like a 60%, there's no way you can like you've hit rock bottom. Like, and after that, like you can only go up. But like if you get like an 100, it's gonna like the probability of that like happening again, unless you're like an AI generated robot, like it's pretty low.
Yeah.
So like you're at the top, so a lot of things can like contribute to your downfall. But like when you're already at the bottom, like you can't go underground. Like
Yeah.
like like you could, but like you really like objectively you couldn't.
No, I get that. Okay, yeah. So another thing about studies is higher education and career choices. So let's get to this fun part. I think the only college that my grandmother knows is Harvard,
Me too.
right? And the only two professions that are acceptable, actually, the only three professions, there's three of them: doctor,
Lawyer.
engineer.
Lawyer?
Yeah, and lawyer. Three
Yeah,
professions: doctor, lawyer, engineer.
Like, yeah. For me personally, like my parents never really cared what I do. They were like, just like do something that like you can like live from. But they're not like super nitpicky. But definitely like all of the Asian stereotypes are like you can either be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, or fail.
Yeah, like for my personal anecdote on this point, I come from like a lineage of doctors. So my grandfather is a chief surgeon, or was a
Hmm.
chief surgeon, and now he's retired now, but a couple years ago he was chief of his hospital.
Mm.
And then my grandparents from my mother's side are both traditional Chinese medicine practitioners. So they were also doctors, serving during the Cold War and after that
Whoa.
as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so, at least.
Yeah.
Not completely sure. No, 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 not during the Cold War. I think it was during
Some war
you
period.
no some war period. Oh, I know what it was during the Cultural Revolution of China.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's when like Mao Zedong came into place and mixed everything up in China and Great Leap Forward, yada yada yada. A lot of very horrible historical things during that
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, like I do want to do something in the medical field because right now, like my most interesting class is biology, and I feel like it's just better to do something that like you genuinely like than to do something that like makes a lot of money off the bat and then you get super demotivated and you like quit.
Yeah, but the good thing for us is that the medicine field does make a lot of money.
Yeah, like it's fine. So like
Hopefully in the future I'll become a neurosurgeon, and I don't know, you can become my
I could
anesthesiologist.
become like a psychologist, a therapist.
Oh yeah, she's pretty good at therapy.
I know. I'm good at doing therapy, but just not on myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Okay,
That's what you have friends for.
I know. But you guys aren't very good at giving
I
therapy
think I'm
advice.
pretty good
You're
at.
okay. You're okay.
I'm really good at giving therapy. Guys,
Okay.
don't listen to her. What was that?
Tisk tisk. Okay.
Hello?
3. Topic number 3. Let's talk about comparisons with other people.
Oh my god.
This is
Yeah.
okay.
This is the funniest part.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how sometimes, I don't know if you're not Asian, I'm not sure if you guys experience this, but there's always this, look at blank. Look at how good her studies are going. She's got an A plus in every class, and she does XYZ extracurriculars, and she's got ABCD awards. Oh, she's just so much better than you. Why don't you be more like her?
Yeah. The last sentence is always guaranteed. Like from when I was little, like family gatherings would just be like, look at my daughter, look at your daughter.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like when they're talking to you after a party and they're like, look at look at blah blah blah, look at Joe and look at how many awards he has won. How
I
many awards have
know.
you won? And like it's just like a rhetorical question for you to like really
Feel bad about
like
yourself.
deeply dig yourself a hole and jump into it and bury yourself. Like
Yeah, no, I get that because what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, they're super nosy.
they are.
So every single time you go to one of those family gatherings, the parents, they just sit in a circle at one of those round tables. We have one right there. They sit at a round table. They just gossip about each other's children. It's like, what has your children done? And then the parents would just be like, oh, my children. They brag about them.
Yeah. Okay. So next, we're gonna talk about like connections and like identity with being Asian. So I feel like we both have like our fair share to talk about for
You
this
can go
topic.
first.
So personally, I think our town has a lot of like Asian people. Like at my school, like my friend and I were just talking about it yesterday. We were like talking about how like from the town that he was from, like everybody was super like not like they were not Asian. Like
Wait, who's this friend? Oh, it's okay. Never
Oh.
mind. Calm down. You're red again. Matcha.
to balance out the redness.
Mhm.
Okay. So, like the friend I was talking about was saying like how the town that he was from, like they didn't have a lot of Asian people, so like everybody felt super like disconnected from each other. And like our town, we have like annual like Lunar New Year like parties and celebrations where like the Asian people like get together and like we like form a little community and stuff. So it's like that's kind of cute. And then like from the town that like he's from, they never had that, so like everybody like didn't know each other and like no Asians knew each other, so I feel like the sense of community and like cultural identity was like kind of lost.
No, I get that totally. The more people that you interact with who have a shared identity, the closer knit you guys are gonna feel to that said shared identity. I mean, I think growing up in the United States, we both lost some of the
Yeah,
Chinese.
definitely.
We were both born in China, specifically in Beijing. Beijing, okay?
Beijing.
Okay. I lived there for like 7.5 years.
Me too.
And then we moved here.
Yeah.
So I used to be very Chinese.
Me too.
Now I can read and like listen and comprehend Chinese fully, but I can't write it.
Yeah, me neither. I can't even write my name.
I can pinyin. I can write my name.
Yeah, I can pinyin too.
Yeah, and I'm a fluent speaker in Chinese too. But I think part of that is lost as time goes on, and we adapt ourselves more to America and to English and whatnot. I think growing up here made me see things in a more American point of view. Specifically retaining to world issues, we tend to view them a lot more based off of like morality and things. Whereas China, it's all like you follow this because it's what the government said.
Yeah.
It's what other people are doing. It's a very conformist like ideology.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, yes. And not just that, I think this has also made me change the way I acted around like relatives in China.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So it's definitely a lot more defiant because when they ask me personal questions that I don't want to answer to, then I'll like tell them, oh, 我不知道.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Or like, oh, or just ignore them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think one of the ways that I have kept in touch with my Asian identity though is keeping up with the media from China, specifically variety TV shows.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like on the news every day.
No,
I was like,
no.
bro,
I do have Chinese news sites.
Yeah, me too. Okay. For me, I have still been watching my good old cartoonies that I watched when I was 5. Yeah, that's how I retain my vocabulary, y'all.
I know, what vocabulary is 熊出没 teaching you?
Bro, I don't know. It's so cute. So the story is about 2 bears, and then like
they're brothers.
They're brothers, and then it's just like a comedy little TV show about these 2 brother bears and this guy that cuts wood from the forest, and like all they do every day. A carpenter, a wood chucker. That like, and then all they do every day is try to stop like the carpenter person from cutting down the trees, and like
because that's their house.
That's their house, and that's their home, the forest.
The forest. Wait, home with me.
Wait.
Yeah, home. Home.
Okay.
There you go.
Like it's okay.
The other day, my father and I went to this like restaurant place near town, and there was this option, or it was a buffet, right? And there was this thing, and it said tianji, and I didn't see it, right? So my dad brought some of that back, and he said, Zoe, do you want some tianji? And tianji, what do you think tianji is?
Sweet chicken.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But do you know what it actually is?
Like some kind of weird animal.
It's a frog.
Yeah.
Because apparently tian meant like in the field.
Yeah, and then
ji
is like
the
chicken in
so
the field.
jumps. Yeah, chicken in the field, right? Chicken of the field, like the meat, I guess they're
Mhm,
describing. So I was like, yeah, I want to try some of that sweet chicken. I bit into it, and I hear crunch. It's all bones, and I spat it out. I was like, gross, what is this? And my dad was like, tianji. And then after that, I was extremely disturbed. Extremely disturbed. I didn't actually eat it. I like
licked it.
I bit into it. I chewed, and I was like, this doesn't taste right, and I spat it out. So that's my only form of self-soothing I have right now, is that I didn't actually ingest the frog. I only tasted it.
Okay, and then you spat it out.
And then I spat it out.
All right. But like all jokes aside, I feel like the best part of being Asian is the food.
Food. Definitely.
Definitely food.
I love food.
Like Asian food on top. Like top tier.
Yeah, if it's like any day, I would choose Asian cuisine over American.
Yeah, like give me sushi every day. I would love you.
Yeah.
Like hit me if you want on like a little sushi date. I love sushi.
Yeah, if you're white and
listen,
if you're white, if you're somewhat like puppy dog looking, hit her up.
Shut up.
You better not cut that.
I will cut it.
No, you better.
Yeah, I love sushi, and I also love ramen, and I also like fried rice, and I also like everything Asian food.
Yeah, I think we can tell.
I like bok choy.
Oh my god.
And broccoli.
I'm pretty sure we've been over this last episode too, but
yeah.
So I have an iron deficiency, right?
Okay, you talked about this last time, and you said the same exact wording. So I have an iron deficiency.
Okay, my bad. I tend to reuse words that I think are in a pretty good format.
Like heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. So, yeah, you know that thing where your friends say something and you pick up what they're saying into your daily vocab? I feel like she's been doing that to me a lot. Like, girls never said heebie-jeebies
Bro doesn't
before.
have to call me out like that.
And then all of a sudden, after I say heebie-jeebies, like, this person made me feel the heebie-jeebies, she started saying it. And then what else did I say that you started saying? Like, oh,
bro, stop making me do so much work.
Sorry.
No name dropping.
And then one of my friends started saying poo after I used it like exclusively for a period of time. It's just like a mirroring thing before friends.
Okay. Anyways,
we're on our last section, guys. Stereotypes of Asian people.
This is probably like the funniest type.
Yeah. So number one, obviously all Asian people are smart. We are obviously like the top 5% in the country. We all know how to hack. We know how to code. We know the names of all the animals and all the plants and all the species that ever exist on this earth. We know the entire world history. We can recite textbooks word for word.
Yeah, we can recite the Declaration of Independence. We can like tell you where Madagascar is on the map, exact location.
We can explain quantum physics.
Yeah, we can also explain Harvard Extension School's contemporary applied calculus.
Exactly.
Like,
dude, obviously not.
No.
Dude,
AP Psych.
Edit it out yourself. That's not my fault this time. Yeah.
Oh, winter stretching. Hi, baby.
So ugly. Okay. Anyway,
you just call your dog ugly.
You're so cute, Winter. Hi, Winter. Okay. Focus. Or I'm bringing the dog away upstairs.
No. Hey. Don't lick me.
Winter. No. Okay, anyway, where were we? Yeah, so obviously not all of us are smart.
Honestly, like, if I'm being, like, funny, I wish I really inherited the Asian genes.
No, for real, me
The
too.
genes to be super smart, don't need to study. How I can just go up 3 levels in math at
Yeah.
my school.
Yeah, I was born like Albert Einstein.
Yeah, like I just really wish like those
Those
DNA
genes were given to me.
Yeah, those DNA were being expressed, translated right now.
Wow. What vocabulary.
I know. Okay, yeah.
Not just that, but I think a lot of people, since we're viewed as smart and studious, there's also another connotation to that, meaning nerdy and dorky.
Yeah. Not all of us are nerdy and dorky, I don't think. I feel like people that like want to be nerdy and dorky, like no one is like actually at their desk 24/7 studying, glasses on, studying, no sleep, no
No life.
no life. Like I feel like no one realistically is like that, but like since like I feel like a lot of Asians are like they value academics, so they try to like bring it up, like they like are viewed as that way because of their like might like maybe like higher grades and stuff like that, like they spend a lot of time, but like if I'm being completely honest, nobody spends every day at their desk.
Yeah, I don't even own glasses.
Yeah.
My vision's super good, guys.
I can see that we're at 42 minutes right now.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That is.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can move it to 50.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, not all of us are gonna be nerds or dorks. None of us are actually giving up everything just for a grade, because life isn't about that at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's a marathon. Whoever wins is who can stand the most and can make the best decisions in the long run.
Yeah.
So burning out early, not the thing for me.
Like being a student is only gonna count for what, like 25% of your life. Like it's not that much if you actually think about it. Like
yeah.
like that's just like the physical lifespan. Like you're probably only gonna be a student until you're like 25 years old in school, like in college, in dorms, and like doing classes. But like realistically, like we're gonna live no longer than like 120 years old.
Yeah, I
So
know.
like it's really not accounting for that long of your time, and like how you spend the rest of your life is up to you. So like I feel like it's just better to like you have connections and friends in the beginning that you can live without. Like I mean with.
Okay, bye, Grace.
Goodbye.
Yeah, and I think there's also this thing that's been spreading around a lot in the States. I'm not very happy to say this, but there's a lot of anti-Asian hate. Yeah,
Definitely.
starting from the COVID pandemic.
Definitely.
Apparently, I guess it started in Wuhan. That's what they were saying. Because Chinese people eat bats. We eat random things. Yeah, but it's definitely not true.
Like it's all part of like a culture that like some people might like they assume they know, but they actually don't. And I feel like that's just kind of a problem that like leads to a lot of like
unnecessary
stereotypes.
Yeah.
Unnecessary stereotypes. Like if you mean no harm calling us dorky, like it's fine. I don't really care. Like
and dude, like what's up with the assumptions that we started the COVID vaccine?
Yeah.
Like I never ate a bat in my life. And like historically this has been proven to be very ineffective. For example, like the Spanish flu. It's named the Spanish flu, but guess where it started? United States.
Bro, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. That and like it's really like it's kind of sad, but like also I feel like things need to happen for things to get better. So it's fine.
Totally.
It's just part of the plot. Okay. This is last note. We're ending this on a light note. Like parents, I don't know about you, but like all parents were like, you need to get into a good college because I walked over rivers, I hiked over the Sahara Desert, I climbed Mount Everest for you to come to the United
It's like
States.
I gave up everything to get you to where you are today, so you better make this worth it.
I know. Like I swear like every single Asian parent has presented that in their life. Like I'm not
It's pre oh, okay. You good?
Yeah.
It's pre-programmed into their brain. It's something that they all have to say. And if they don't say it, they don't feel good inside.
Yeah.
No, it's like they need to let it out. You good? You're petting the dog.
Yeah, I'm petting the dog.
Okay, get up. You look weird. I think that wraps it up
That
pretty
wraps it
well.
up, yeah.
That does wrap it up pretty well for our Asian American experience.
Mhm.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode.
Mhm.
And as a overview for next week's episode, we are going to be sharing study tips and test taking tips just in time for when AP season or test final seasons rolls around. So I hope you guys stay tuned
Yeah.
and bye bye. Thank you guys for watching or listening, tuning into another episode of High School in a Nutshell.
Bye. Winter, wave bye bye. Let's go. Come on.
Doesn't want to say hi. You know that's on my phone forever,
Darn
right?
it.